Hi and welcome back to the photographycourse.net YouTube channel. In this video I'd like to talk to you about some techniques you can use when you're making portraits to isolate your subject. And if you're new to our channel, please give us a thumbs up, click the subscribe button and the bell icon so you can stay up to date when we release new videos. So there's a few different ways of isolating your subject when you want them to really stand out. You can use your composition techniques, you can use a shallow depth of field, and you can use the contrast and lighting between your subject and the background. One way to isolate your subject is to come in so close, but not everybody's going to be comfortable about that. Another technique you can use is to move your subject or move yourself so that you've got a clear background behind your subject. And you can also move distracting items from the background. And choosing the right focal length can also help you compose photos where your subject is isolated well. Another popular technique to get an isolated portrait subject is to use a shallow depth of field. For this technique, you're going to need to use a lens with a wide aperture. Something like an f2.8 or a 1.4 lens is good, and a longer lens will also help. So the longer your lens, then the shallower the depth of field will appear. Being close to your subject is also another good method for getting a shallow depth of field, and also having your subject further away from the background rather than closer to it. And another technique to isolate your subject, one that I really like to use, is to have your subject against a contrasting background, either a dark background or a light background. It doesn't even have to be a black or a white background. You can use your exposure settings, put your subject in brighter light and have your background in the shade, or the opposite way. So even on a cloudy day like today, by standing here in the light and having the dark background, which is the room, a dark room behind us, it creates a nice isolated portrait. I like this one so much that I've set up a portable outdoor studio that I use when I travel around and make portraits of people in the villages, either with a dark black background or a light background, and it's all done using natural light. So you can choose different methods, different techniques to isolate your subject, but it can be done pretty simply and pretty easily if you understand how they're done. So please check out the article I've written on photographycourse.net that goes deeper into each of these techniques.